your ankles, but not touching the ground. And then give it a squeeze. Actually, a roll of toilet paper right now would be probably really perfect. So what that should do is bring you into alignment in your legs. So your ankles, your knees, and your hips are in a nice alignment. My apologies. Forgot to take that off the screen. Oops. Okay. All right. So as you are standing there with that ball between your ankles, notice that that should bring your knees and your hips into that same alignment with those ankles, which is a nice normal position. Reminder in Pilates that you want to have your abs drawn in and your tailbone long. So we're not in a pelvic tuck, but we're definitely not tipped out. Pull those belly muscles in, and then notice that sometimes your ribs pop up. So think about on the exhale, pulling the ribs down. So those ribs are down, those shoulders are open, and then imagine a string coming out of the top back side of your head to elongate you through the back of your spine. And then from there, a little bit of balance work. We've got that ball between our ankles. We're going to lift up on our toes. We're going to lift and come down and lift and come down. So we're working our calves with a little bit of balance. Now, keep in mind that I'd like you to come down with grace and gently, not up on the heels. So we lift and we barely tap, and we lift and we barely tap. And then a little extra challenge, can you lift and not touch your heels? Lift and come down, and lift and come down. And then notice, have you pitched forward in your upper body? There will be a little bit of a diagonal line. That's just natural that our body would do that to balance. But can you keep it from pitching at your hips? Last two, last one, come down onto your heels. And now we're going to work the fronts of our shins for just a moment here. So I want you to lift your toes, lift your toes, lift your toes. So little work for the fronts of those shins. Some of you might be doing a lot of hiking, and these are muscles that you use as you come down the hill to decelerate. Last two, last one, we're going to put those two things together. We're going to lift up on our toes. We're going to come down. We're going to lift our heels. We're going to lift, come down, and then toes lift. Sorry. Heel lift, down, toe lift. I think I misspoke a moment ago. And then whatever you want to do with your arms is fine. They can be out to the side. They can be in front of you like a beautiful ballerina. You can have them in prayer position if you like. Good. We're going to do two more. And then we're going to stay up on our toes. We're going to pull our ribs in. We're going to stay on our toes, arms out front. Whoa! Holding, 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 holding for 4, 3, a little higher, 2 and 1, and bring that down. Very nice. Okay, we're going to work our quads and our glutes just a wee bit, because we are going to do some special quad work in a moment. So we're just simply, actually, you know what? We're going to work inner and outer thighs. No, yeah, we're going to work inner thighs for sure. Bring that ball up between your thighs now. All right, shift your weight onto your right leg. And then your left leg, I'd like you to turn it in a little bit. So left toes are pigeon-toed, and that leg is stick straight, abs drawn in. You're going to lift that leg off the ground, and then rather than squeeze in, I want you to imagine you can lift the leg a little higher, a little higher, a little higher. If you drop your ball, that's beautiful. It means you're being aggressive, and that's lovely. Last two, last one. Now bring that foot parallel, and now we squeeze in, and squeeze in, and squeeze in. In, last two, last one. Go pigeon-toed, straighten that leg, lift the outer hip, lift the outer hip. You should feel this in that pigeon-toed fashion. That should help you feel that outer hip. Last two, last one, and we come back together and we go squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze, and now we turn pigeon-toed. We're gonna lift 4, 3, 2, and 1, and parallel, squeeze 4, 3, 2, and 1, turn in, lift, 2, back to parallel, squeeze, 2, lift, 2, squeeze, 2, now singles, lift and pull in, lift and pull in. So basically this is what my hip is doing, rotating open and squeezing in, rotating open and squeezing in, but you're doing it with your leg, not your arm. Last 2, last 1, and then we're gonna do that all on the other side. So shift your weight onto your left leg, pull your abs in, grow tall, turn your right toes in, arms wherever you want them, and you lift as if you're gonna drop that ball, and you lift again, and you lift. Make sure those toes are turned in, that leg is nice and straight. Good. 4, 4, 72, 61, 3, and 1. Feet go parallel, and now we squeeze in, and squeeze in. Squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in, and now we rotate open again, and open, and open. Make sure that leg is nice and straight, those toes are turned in, good. And back to parallel, squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze, squeeze, and squeeze. And now we lift out 4, 3, 2, and 1, we squeeze in, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We lift out 2, we squeeze in 2. Lift out 2, squeeze in 2, and now singles, open and close, rotate and close. And again, we're opening and then closing in parallel, rotating open, closing in parallel, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. We are coming down to a seated position on the ball. Woo-hoo. All right, so challenge here, and feel free to readjust your camera if you want me to be able to see you. I put that ball underneath my left glute, and I'm going to bring my right foot out to the side, sitting nice and tall. Now, at some point, if you need to put your fingers down, that's fine. I want you to do your best not to tuck and roll. So use those abs, grow tall through the top back side of your head, pull those ribs in. Point those toes. Again, look at your leg, make sure it's open to the side, not in front of you, and it's rotated open. Point and flex, and point and flex. 2 more. Point, point, flex, point. Leave the toe pointed, lift the leg off the ground, hello quadricep, flex and point, flex and point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. Bring it down. That was round 1. Lift that leg off the ground. Keep the toe pointed, lift an inch, lift an inch, lift an inch, lift an inch. Last 2, last 1, bring it down, flex through the heel, lift that leg off the ground, push up to the sky with that foot flex, good. And bring that down, point those toes again. I hope you guys are feeling this in your quadricep. Lift that leg off the ground, bend it an inch, and reach, reach, really extend, stretch, and reach, and reach, and reach, get it straight, reach, and bring it down. Flex through the heel, lift it off the ground, bend an inch and push through the heel, push through the heel, and push, and push, and push, and push, and come back to center. We're gonna put that all together. Big deep breath in, leg off the ground, point it, flex it, point it, lift it, flex it, lift it, point it, bend it, stretch it, flex it, bend it, stretch it. I'm gonna let you come down, 1 round of that. Drop off of that ball, bring your right leg behind you, try and get the knee farther back than the hip. Walk your left elbow underneath you, tuck your hips forward to get a nice stretch down the front of that quadricep. You can lift that right arm up. You could open to behind you and really reach, or if you wanted, you could tuck the rib and the hip together and bring that stretch deeper into your hip flexor. That was so much fun that we have the delight of doing that on the other side. Yippee! So that ball goes underneath your right glute, and you sit nice and tall, and then that leg is off to the side, pointing that toe and flexing and pointing and flexing and pointing, flex and point. 1 more, and then leave the toe pointed, sit tall, lift the leg off the ground, and flex and point and flex and point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. 2 more, flex, point, bring it down. Again, make sure that leg is not in front of you, but off to the side. Toe is pointed, rotated open. Here we go. Lift it off the ground from that point. Lift 1 inch, lift an inch. Sit tall in your spine. I'm starting to round, grow tall. Don't look at this model. Role model, last 2, last 1. Woo, bring it down, flex through the heel, lift it off the ground, flex and lift, and lift, and lift, and lift, and bring it down. Point the toe again, lift it off the ground, bend it, stretch, stretch, stretch. And bring that down, flex through the heel, lift it off the ground, bend and flex, flex. And bring that down. All right, here we go. We are putting it all together, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Point those toes, lift that leg up, point, flex, point, lift, flex, lift, point, bend, stretch, flex, bend, stretch. Off the ball, please. Woo! Tuck that hip behind you. Try and get the left thigh farther back than the hip. Arm can go up and over. You can open to the back, or you can tuck those ribs and hips closer together. Very nice. Okay. So that was an example of using that ball to create an unstable environment to make extra challenge, and we will do that. Sometimes we're going to use that ball for awareness. So that's what we're going to do right now. Bring that ball between your knees for me, please. Roll your shoulders out of your ears. Walk your feet out so that they're the same distance as that ball. And then stay there and squeeze the ball as hard as you can, as hard as you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You should feel your inner thighs engaged. Grab the backs of the hamstrings. Hinge back halfway. Pull your belly. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Go back a little farther. Hold the ball. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Roll back a little farther. Maybe your low back's on the ground. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And last time, all the way down. Walk your feet back. Take your fingertips, put them on your low abdominals for me, please. Nice deep breath in. On the exhale, sink those belly muscles in. Pull your ribs towards your hips and squeeze the ball as hard as you can. Excuse me. As you're squeezing that ball, notice a change in those abdominals that are underneath your fingers. Release that squeeze. Here we go again. Exhale, squeeze the ball as hard as you can. Hold for a moment. Inhale, release the squeeze. And we've got 2 more rounds. Squeeze the ball as hard as you can. Inhale to relax. Last time, squeeze that ball. Feel those inner thighs. Feel those low belly muscles. And relax. We are putting that together with our first exercise. So squeeze the ball between your knees. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Sweep the arms overhead for ab prep. Feel those abs. Squeeze that ball. Clap your hands. Don't have to do that. Bring it down. Deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze, lift. Bring the ball in your hands together. And exhale down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Squeeze the ball. On the inhale, bring your hands and your knees closer. And exhale down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Everything squeezes and reaches on the inhale. And exhale, come down. Keep that going for me, please. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, reach and relax. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, reach, abs flat. And exhale, down. Last time. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Stack your legs up tabletop. Move that ball to between your ankles. So from here, when it's between your ankles, it creates a little bit of extra wobble. Extend those legs straight. Reach to the sky with those legs. Reach your arms over your head. Squeeze the ball. Bring your hands together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees. Tap your shins. Inhale, reach. Squeeze, 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 and tap. Inhale, reach. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach, 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 reach. Exhale, bending. Inhale, stay, stay, stay. Keep that going. I'm going to check on you guys. As you're doing this, you want to keep your back nice and flat, your abs pulled in, and your head, neck, and shoulders either stay up the whole time or down. So make a decision to either keep them up or keep them down. Hopefully you guys are feeling these. Last one. What's Flo doing? Stay in extension, legs long, arms overhead. We're just gonna hold the squeeze as hard as you can for 8, Pull your belly button in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, bend your knees, hug them into your chest. Keep the ball at your ankles. Stack your legs right over your hips. Give me a pelvic tilt for this first one. So you're going to tuck those ribs and hips a little closer together. We're going to lift the fingers to the sky and press the shoulder blades down. Keeping those abs drawn in, head nod chest, point your toes. Exhale, move the thighs away from your body so that hip joint opens up. And then exhale, flex through the heels, come up slowly. Slow that down a little bit for me. So take a count of 4, 3, 2, 1 to go forward. Hold at the bottom, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower slowly, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 4 quick squeezes, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, flex, and lift. 4 more like that. This is our toe touch exercise. You guys look good. I love this big ball coming at me. I'm sorry. All right. Don't forget the little squeeze at the bottom. When you finish that 4th one, grab the ball from between your ankles. Put your feet on the ground. You're going to lift your hips. We're going to slide that ball under the bottom part of our tailbone. So not under your low back, way down low at your tailbone. So this is that unstable environment. So if I put my feet on the ground, my ribs are going to be popped up. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull those ribs in, tuck the abdominals in. Hands are out to the side. Lift your legs in tabletop. The tabletop will be in here, not way out here. Okay, so I hope if you're on a ball, you already feel that it's challenging. So now with those arms up in the air, and you might feel, woo, a little wobbly, and that's awesome. Abs drawn in. We're going to go back to that same toe touch exercise, but you want to really go slowly and feel that point at which it feels as if your back might start to arch. You're going to stop there and exhale, come up slowly. So you inhale as those knees move away from your chest, you pause and you exhale to lift back up. This should be a really strong exercise as those legs move away and pulling them back up. And inhale, let those knees move away and then exhale to pull back up. Again, you're on that unstable environment, so hopefully you're feeling a little wobbly here, a little bit of extra challenge. Last 2, hands up in the air, take it slowly, feet and knees together if you can. Slow it down just a little bit, especially on the way up. Nice, good correction, beautiful. And then put your feet on the ground, bridge up, and grab your ball for me, please. Okay. So our legs are going back in tabletop, and you're going to take that ball on the front of your right thigh. So it's right directly over your hip bone. Take both hands and place them on the other side of the ball. So what I'm going to try to do is push my arms to smash the ball and equally push my thigh to really smash the ball. So I should be creating what we call an isometric contraction in my abs right now. We're really holding those abs so that my arms don't win, but my leg doesn't win either. So equal pressure both directions, left leg up in the air, and then I can point those toes. And I want you guys to hold here. I want you to press a little harder with the arms and equalize that with the leg. So holding here for that isometric contraction. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, move that ball over to your left thigh, extend that right leg up in the air. Press as much as you can with your hands and equally with your thighs. So there's no movement. The leg's not moving in or out, but I'm pushing and creating my own resistance. And then point those right toes, press against that ball, flat abs, holding for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a quick moment, hug those knees into your chest. You know we are not done. That's the exercise, single leg stretch. You can lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, but you certainly don't have to. It's a challenging exercise when we add this resistance. So here we go. Woo, ball on that right thigh. Press as much as you can against that ball in both directions. Left leg up in the air. Exhale, reach through the toes. If you want to lift up your head, neck, and shoulders, this is where you do it. You're going to hold for an extra inhale, hold for an extra exhale, And then we switch on the next inhale. Press against the left thigh. Reach to the right toes. You hold for an extra exhale, an extra inhale, an extra exhale, and then switch, inhaling. Exhale, reach, inhale, hold. Exhale, point, inhale, switch. Hold here, exhaling and inhaling and exhaling and inhaling to switch. Left toes reach. Press against the right thigh, reaching, holding, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other direction. Hold for that exhale, hold for that inhale, hold for that exhale. Switch it up. Left toes reach, holding, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, switching. Keep that going. I'm checking on you. So if you weren't doing it, if you were sitting on the couch eating bonbons, quickly run to your device and get going. Or just, black yourself out. Nice. I see legs in the air. Beautiful. Good. All right. And relax and hug those knees into your chest. Put that ball at the fronts of your ankles, please. I hope that you guys really felt that one. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, but squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then we're going to bring that ball behind our right calf. Because I have this ball, it's as if my arms are longer, so I'm going to flex through that right heel and bring that leg even closer so I can get more stretch than I usually do. And I'm going to lift my torso a little bit higher to balance here. Left toes are reaching. Pull that right leg a little closer, pointed or flex for deeper stretch. Let go. Left leg is going to come in. Same thing. We want to flex through the heel. Feel that stretch along the backside of the left leg. Lift a little higher as you pull the leg in a little more, and the right toes reach away. We're going to turn this into sort of a little figure 8 scissors. So ball just goes around and around, pulling in, getting nice and lifted in that upper body. And relax. All right, we're gonna roll halfway up and put that ball between your shoulder blades. So depending on the size of your ball or toilet paper or whatever you have, you will be slightly lifted. Now this little ball I have, $9.99, has lifted me pretty high. But it's right between your shoulder blades. Make sure it's not under your low back. Take your 2 peace sign fingers and let them rest at the edges of your skull and let your head completely rest. So give me a nod, yes. So just a really quick reminder, this next exercise is not about the chin tipping up and closing down. The head is going to stay in alignment. The elbows are staying wide, but with my chin tucked, I'm going to allow my torso to drop back. Now, I'm not going to go all the way because my ball won't allow me to. On the exhale, you'll notice your ribs are popped up. On the exhale, pull the ribs, smash them against the ball to lift your torso up. So we inhale up and over, and we exhale to close. And we inhale to lift, and we exhale to close. So this is what we call negative to neutral. Negative means my head is going lower than my heart. And then neutral means I'm not coming way up here, please avoid this, right? I'm just going to the place where my chin comes in line with my chest. So up and over, and then close it down. Now, if you want more resistance, you're going to crisscross your wrists and push your elbows up above your head, and that creates a heavier upper body. If you want even more than that, make sure you're still cradling your head and interlace your fingers and do that. Now, some of you might say, I want more. And then what you can do is lift one knee at a time. But don't forget, this is about dropping that head back, right? So it's not about lifting up, it's about dropping back. And some of you might say, I want more flow. And if that's the case, you're going to stack your knees in tabletop, wobbly surface. And that should create quite a challenge. And then for those of you who are absolutely crazy, as you come up, you can also extend a leg. But if you choose to do that, make sure you point it up in the air. Don't lower it down. And make sure you haven't forgotten the up and over part, because that was the point. You have like 72 different options now. 2 more for me, please, whichever you've chosen. Nice, keep your elbows wide and relax. You're gonna roll over onto your side and put that ball underneath your ribs in about the same area. Sideline. So your bottom hand is palm down. I don't know if you guys can see all of me. And then your body's in a long straight line. Instead of dropping into the ball, I want you to hover above the ball. Ooh, you should feel, I mean, not off the ball, but just not all your weight squishing the ball, right? So that should already engage those lower obliques. Lift the top leg. That should engage those lower obliques more. What? Lift the bottom leg and find your balance. Good. Reach your top arm over your head. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both legs down. We're doing that again. Inhale, lift, and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale down. And lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale down. And lift up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale down. Last one like this. Inhale, lift. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Now you're going to move that ball so it's underneath your bottom ankle. And that is important that it's under your ankle, not your foot, because underneath your foot will give you an easier time, and that's not what we're looking for, right? As you lie down this time, you're going to come all the way down so that your head is resting on your arm, but then you want to lift your waistline. Flex through that bottom heel, flex through the top heel, flex up, and then flex down, or point on the way up and flex on the way down. Check out to make sure that your ribs and your waistline are not collapsing as you lift that top leg. Now, because our bottom leg is on that ball, it should create a little bit of instability here. Good. Last one. Leave that top leg up. Put your hand down, your palm down of that bottom arm, and we're going to prop up just like we did a moment ago, only this time the ball's underneath our bottom leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. We're going to do that same little series on the other side before I forget it. I was going to add on, but we're switching sides. That ball, again, comes underneath basically your scapula, shoulder blade area. And then your bottom hand is flat, and you're lifting up off of that ball. Try not to have your legs in front of you, but extended so when you look down, you can barely see your toes. Roll your shoulders out of your ears. Think about lifting off that ball, not squishing it, right? So no squishing your balls, right, JT? And then lift that arm up and over along with the leg. I'm wobblier on this side. And exhale down. And inhale, lift both. Stretch, reach. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And exhale down. And inhale, lift everything. 4, 3. Lift a little higher through the ribs. 2 and 1. And exhale down. Elbow off the ground. Lift those ribs off that ball. Not off, but not squishing. And bring it down. 4 more. Lift, hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale down. And lift, hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Last 2. Inhale, lift those ribs. Lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Lift, hold. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Take that ball underneath your bottom leg at the ankle area, please, and straighten it out. Head, neck, and shoulders are down, resting that ear on that arm. Flex through that bottom heel. Lift your waistline. Top leg lifts, points, and exhale to flex down. And point to lift, and exhale, flex down. Couple more here. Good, and now we're gonna add that upper body, lift the leg, lift the upper body, bring that arm up over your head, hold. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax down. All right, bring that ball now. We're gonna do 3 side plank variations with the ball. So you can always go back to the previous one if the next one in line doesn't work for you. So let's do option one in a bent knee position to start with. So I'm going to put that ball between my thighs. We want to protect this shoulder always. So push it back, lift up out of it, head in line with your spine, a lot of space. Instead of having my knees forward, they're going to be back, and I'm going to come up onto the sides of my thighs, but all 10 toes are up in the air. That's version one. Version two, slide that ball down between your ankles. But this is version two of first version. That doesn't make sense, does it? Anyway, come on up, stack your legs, ball between your ankles, and stay here. Or for more challenge, push down with your top leg, but up with your bottom hip. So down and up at the same time, down, up, down, up. So there shouldn't be a lot of movement. I'm bouncing a little bit because this crazy ladybug is doing things. Good. Last two and last one. That's option one. Okay. Option two, take the ball in front of you. Come back into your favorite side plank, whether that's on the sides of the thighs or both legs lifted. Not half and half, please. And then take that ball and put it where it touches some part of your body. So for me, it's at my hips right now. And then mine is a ladybug. Here's her pretty face, right? I do not want to squish my ladybug, so I'm not going to rest. I am going to hover above the ladybug, but then touch her to let her know I'm still there. Lift and touch, lift and touch, lift and touch. It should be a really small, tiny range of motion. Last two, last one, bring that down. Ladybug out of the way. Ladybug out. Okay. This last one I'll demo for you before we actually do it, because this involves that challenging balance. I've not tried it on ladybug, so we'll see. If you want to try it, bottom leg goes on first. Top leg is going to have a lot of space for the foot, and then you come up into that balanced position on that ball. Should be quite challenging. Try it if you want. If that doesn't work for you, go back to either of the previous ones. So that was the little hip lift and lower, or the ball between your legs. Ankles. All right, and gently come down, because hopefully that was a lot of work on that side. Let's visit the other side. So as always, we want to protect the shoulder. So the shoulder presses back. We lift up out of it, use those lats, get a lot of space between the ear and shoulder. If you are choosing to be on the sides of your thighs, you come up and your 10 toes are up in the air. If you are choosing to have straight legs, then you want to bring that ball between your ankles. And then come on up into your side plank. And then again, if you want a little more, you push down with the top leg as you push up with the hip. So you push down as you push up, push down as you push up, both at the same time. So you're not really moving much. There's just a push up and a push down, creating resistance, both at the same time. Good. Couple more moments here. And come down, because we have another version, of course. We have two more versions, don't we? Yes, we do. All right, so side plank, come up, your favorite version, and bring that ball where it barely touches you. I'm going to show her face so you can see I'm not killing the ladybug. So I'm going to love her and get off of her. Love and off. Love, off, love, off. Nice and gentle. Don't squish your ladybug. And come down. All right, you can stick with either of those two versions if you prefer. The balanced version, I'm going to take my bottom leg on there first. I'm going to leave space for my front, my top leg, the foot of the top leg, and then I'm going to come up in that side balanced position. If you really wanted to be hunky-dory and add a little, you could roll and press, and roll to lift the hip, and then press it out. That adds quite a little bit of extra challenge. Okay. Come on down, everyone. Let's bring that ball. We're going to roll over onto our abdominals, and we're going to bring that ball between our ankles on the way. All right, for now, just let your forehead rest on your stacked hands. So my toes are pointed, and that ball is between my ankles. And then I want you to rotate your heels so that instead of flopping outward, they are squeezing in. And that should bring quite a bit of awareness now. Deep breath in, pull your belly button into your spine, and lift your thighs off the ground. While those legs are up in the air, squeeze, 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 squeeze. 3, 2, 1, relax. Deep breath in and lift and squeeze, 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 and relax and lift. Squeeze, 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 squeeze again. Two more, really pull that belly button in before you lift and squeeze, 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 squeeze. Last time. Lift, squeeze, 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 and squeeze. All right, resting position, shell stretch. We're gonna put the ball on your heels so that as you sit back, you have just a little extra space than maybe you normally do. Okay, put that ball in the center of your mat so that when you come down, it ends up right underneath your belly button. Your elbows are going to be wide and your hands are wide, shoulders out of your ears. Big toes, bring them as close together as possible and then close the heels, right? So I'm not flopped out here, everything's close together. Notice if your shoulders are up in your ears, press up out of that. So I'm doing a nice, really supported low back stretch. So if you want, exhale and let the body sink into that ball because you know you're not going to get to do that for long. Now squeeze the heels back together if they flop, mine did. And then take your toes, tuck them under, lift your knees, straighten your legs, start to lift up off that ball till you're just over that ball. And can you roll it forward and back without squishing it? So it's, for me, it's kind of right under my rib cage, and it's getting a little bit of movement with that plank. And of course, we have two versions of this plank. So as you're ready, move the ball out of the way and come down. Okay, so the next version involves that balance and possibly a pike motion for some of you. So a little easier would be to drape the ankles over the ball. A little more challenging, big toenails over the ball. Please don't tuck your toes because I don't want you to hurt your toes. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to lift everything, do my best to lift my quads, my torso, nice plank position. And if you can do that, maybe you can roll and lift into a baby pike and then roll out to your plank. And roll up in your pike and out to your plank. And lift and plank and pike and plank, or you go back to the previous version. Either one is absolutely fine. And we are going to relax, grab your ball. We're going to roll over onto our spine and we're going to put that ball back between our knees. Quick little transition here into our bridge. So your heels come right underneath your knees and hands are out to the side for now. Exhale, tuck your hips under, feel that low back press into the ground. And now tip it the other way as if that low back, you could fit something under your low back. And then tuck and tip, tuck, tip, and now find halfway. So I'm going to pull my ribs down. I'm going to create a neutral spine. I'm going to squeeze that ball, and I'm going to lift those hips up in a bridge. I'm going to bring my arms up in the air with them, shoulder blades down. And then I'd like you to extend your right leg. Holding it there, squeeze that right leg against the ball. Squeeze, squeeze. Hold firm in your left side. Don't let that right leg squish the ball or squeeze the ball and press your left leg to the left. Holding 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that right leg down, right up with the left leg, and squeeze, 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 squeeze. Abs in, and relax. Okay, fun and games. Next bridge, you can stay like that, or what? Yep, you can put that ball underneath both feet. Hands by your sides. It's under the arches of my feet, by the way, and lift up. And then for the challenge, you lift your arms up in the air. Now from here, a couple options. You want to work your booty a little bit, drop and lift your hips. If you want to work your hamstrings a little bit, roll the ball out and in, out and in. If you say, whoa, I want more, then you bring one foot on that ball and then the other leg is up in the air. And maybe it's a balance, and maybe you lift and lower, maybe you roll it in and out. I don't know. You have so many options. Single leg if you want. If you're doing that single leg, we're going to hold that or move with it, and then we're going to switch it to the other leg, please, if you're doing single leg. And again, it might move in and out. It might come up and down. You get to choose which option you're doing here today. And relax. All right, we will stretch those hamstrings in just a moment, but what I want you to do first is bring that ball between your feet, bring your hands around, grab your ankles. So we're kind of in our little seal position. Oh, we're like those seals that get to do tricks in the circus. You're gonna start a little exhale rolling. You create this rolling by pulling your abs in and rounding, not by circling your body through space. Last two, the last one, roll all the way up, or if rolling up didn't happen for you, roll to your side. Extend your legs out, bring that ball in front of you, walk it forward for our first spine stretch. And then roll it back, sit up on the ball this time, equally with both glutes. Make sure it's not in front of you, it's sticking out behind you, and then extend through your spine. Reach your arms behind you, leave them down if you need to for balance. Bring them in front if you can. You're trying to avoid rounding, right? So we extend, and then hands in front. Flex through those heels for a little extra stretch. And then sit up nice and tall, roll off that ball. Ball right behind you. Leaning back, so it's not at my sacrum, it's at my low back right now. Okay, so but depending on your leg length, you may have to change this a little bit. Lift one knee up and bring it nice and close into your chest. And then that will tell you, because my legs are longer, I had to move my ball a little farther up my torso. And then the other leg comes up. All right, notice that your knees are right into your chest. They're not way out here, popping you into extension. Keep that tuck. Lift those legs up, tabletop, arms out to the side, knees together. Let the knees go side to side, and I want you to pretty much stay centered, but if you want to just peek slightly with your head to the other side, feel free. Come back to center, knees in, hold on, and then they go right back up again. This time your torso is going to stay centered, legs go to one side and extend, or keep them straight the whole time and side to side. Should be pretty challenging. If that pulls on your low back, go back to the bent knee position, right? So less resistance when our legs are shorter or closer to us. And relax. Okay. And then finally, put your feet on the ground, roll your shoulders open. We're just going to do upper body rotation here. Knees stay together. When you come back through center, look at those legs and make sure they're not flopping. Good. Last little bit here. So really reach as you twist. Reach as you twist. Reach, reach, reach. Last time, reach. Ball out from under you. Bring that ball behind your knees. Hug your knees into your chest, please. Nice quick little hamstring stretch. So put your left leg on the ground. Bring that right knee in and put your fingers on the edges of the ball, toilet paper roll, towel, whatever. Bring the right knee in as close as you can to your right thigh. Now, if you have the flexibility, straighten out your left leg and flex to the heel. Keep that right thigh attached to your ribs, but flex to the right heel. Push it towards the ceiling. And then roll the ball up towards the ankle, point the toes, bring that leg closer, flex through the heel, point the toes, flex through the heel, bring that right leg down. All right, if you're able to keep that right leg straight, go ahead and bring the left knee into your chest and bring that ball, use that ball to bring that thigh right up against the rib cage. Flex through the left heel, woo, press it to the sky. And then as you're ready, straighten that leg, lift yourself up, pull it in, and point it, and flex it, and point it, and flex it, keep it flexed. Bring it down, mosey your way over onto one side. We're gonna cat-cow. If you wanna unmute yourselves to make animal sounds, please feel free. Put that ball between your thighs, hands right underneath you. Deep breath in. As we exhale, we tuck the tailbone, we pull the belly button in, we roll into our scared Halloween cat. Exhale, cat. And dog. Exhale, cat. And inhale, cow. Beautiful. Shoulders out of your ears. You guys so much. We are in a moment and finish out in the class here. One video quick. So feel free to come on forward, and then I'll, look for any feedback if you guys would like. Woo!